Hello guys, it's your boy East Coast Prince, and finally I think I'm ready to talk about the whole NSAS situation in Nigeria, and just to give you guys a more clarity on the movement and everything that has happened from when we started the NSAS movement up until this point. So first of all, I'm so disappointed in the Nigerian government, and for things to have escalated to this point, it's just disheartening, to be honest. So, but let me just start from the beginning. So, first of all, the NSAS movement was primarily a movement. The protest was to end police brutality in Nigeria, to end the SARS units, for the SARS unit to be totally scrapped off, so that we youths can have peace. Because there was this stereotype by these policemen that any youth that seemed to be successful and has a car, has a different kind of hairstyle than the normal corporate hairstyle, has tattoos on his body, and just look like he's living a life where he can simply express himself without being restricted to some certain kind of look. They just assume that the person is a fraudster or is a cyber criminal. That was the stereotype that is the stereotype that these people have, because I don't think it has changed up until this point. So a lot of stories of innocent youths being killed. Videos are showing on daily basis. A lot of innocent youths are being killed by the police, especially the people from this SARS unit. And there was a particular case that made it to escalate and made the youth to be angry, and that's what made us eventually come out again, because we have been talking about the NSAS. We have been protesting and shouting online, NSAS, NSAS, NSAS. We did it 2017, we did it 2018, we did it 2019, and this year finally, aside these online shouts and all these times we did this thing, the government have been promising that they will reform the police, they will do this, they will do this, they will do that. But the crime and the injustice in the police force never ended. It never did. It never did. So even this year, that finally we decided that okay, this one is no longer something we'll just sit down and we'll just make noise online. We have to move physically, and that is when and why this one was even more effective than the other ones was because this time around, first of all, the COVID-19 has made everybody to be at home, so we don't really have anything we are doing. We youths, but especially those in the universities, they are at home, so there's a lot of time, and the unemployment rate in Nigeria is 70%. So a lot of youths are not having anything to do and are just trying to survive daily. They are just managing their life and struggling to eat on a daily basis. So this was a just cause for youths to come out and make the noise and tell the government that hey, we don't want this SARS people again. We want a change, a total change of the police force, because the injustice, the brutality, the carelessness of the Nigerian police is just too much. I know of a case personally of someone that died when I was in the university, someone that died because of the bullets, because of protests, student protests. He was shot. And part of the reason because these people, this SARS unit and these police people, they don't give account of whatever bullet they use. They just feel like they can just gun down anybody and they will not be set on trial and they will not be given account of any life they take. So the whole system was just totally messed up. And I think the whole system is still messed up. The Nigerian police system is still messed up. In fact, the Nigerian government system as a whole is rotten and is messed up from the beginning to the end. So that's why you see that it's a relatable protest, a relatable movement, and that's why you see youths of Nigerian youth all over the world are coming out and they are talking on this same issue. So that was how it started. So the protest, we did the protest. Initially, the police people were being strong-headed and In fact, you can see how messed up the Nigerian police is. A peaceful protest, they were still shooting at youths, and eventually some people lost their lives. That was still when it was still being able to be controlled. That was the first 10 days of the protest. The first 10 days it was being able to be controlled. Me, I even joined the protest. I joined it. I was physically present for the protest. I've been doing online noise, but I went physically for the protest on Sunday. Then on Monday, it escalated. On Monday, it was already signs of it escalating were already showing, because in Lagos here, hoodlums were already taking advantage of it, and they were already blocking roads, different roads, and they're using it as an opportunity to basically rob people and just like extort from people. So movement was restricted, and already showing that signs were already showing that okay, this thing was about to escalate. So that was when the Lagos government kind of like put a curfew. Aside Lagos, other states in Nigeria too, it was already escalating in other states. And those states, we heard news of places being burned down, police stations being burned down. It was already escalating. In Port Harcourt too, we had cases of it already turning into something else. But Lagos state was just worse. And so the high climax of the whole messing up of the government was what happened in Lekki. So they put a curfew for 4 p.m. I think they even extended the curfew to 7 p.m. later that day. And protesters refused to leave the protest ground, which was in Lekki toll gate, and decided to remain there, waving their flags as peaceful protesters. First of all, the government puts a curfew for 4 p.m., then extended to 7 p.m. in a state where traffic on a normal day is very, very difficult. It's not traffic on a normal day is difficult for the average Lagosian. They talk more of when the movement is already restricted and the movement is already being hijacked and the whole roads are already being blocked by hoodlums and everything. Of course, the safest place to stay for these protesters is to be on that protest ground in that Lekki, to get that. At least if they are going to spend their curfew there, it will make sense. For a government that is wise and a government that uses intelligence, the best thing to do was to get policemen. Of course, we are fighting against police brutality, and this was the opportunity you have to show that okay, this police is actually your friend, and the police system is already getting reformed, and the changes and the things we've been clamoring for the past 10 to 12 days is being heard finally. This was the time to, okay, protesters are there, they're in protest ground, they can't go home. It's not best to get the military, get the forcemen, get the policemen, okay, protect these guys. You guys are going to do your protest, are going to stay here for the curfew, you're not going to move, be here. That would have been the best thing. But instead, there were gunshots at peaceful protesters. Soldiers were shooting at peaceful protesters. There are videos that shows this, even though the government is on total denial, the Nigerian army is on total denial that this never happened. But we can see videos that show that this really, really happened. So that was the climax of it. And that was just the high point of it, because after that Lekki massacre and after a lot of people lost their lives at the Lekki toll gate, you know what happened? This is what happened. The hoodlums that they were trying to control, the protest hijacking that they were trying to avoid, of course, could not be stopped anymore. Because now, you've killed innocent lives because they were protesting. You killed innocent lives because they were trying to make their voices heard. People that were harmless, people that were without weapons, people that sat down together with Nigerian flags, singing the Nigerian anthem, and there were bullets being fired at the crowd. So, of course, the Nigerian youths, the hoodlums, were angry. And now it has escalated to this point. I've been in my house since on Tuesday. I've not gone out because of the curfew. Aside that, there is unrest all over Lagos because I was in my house on Tuesday morning or Wednesday. In my house, there were gunshots flying around. on the street or hearing gunshots flying around. I had to lay low in my house. Till now, we don't know the situation in Nigeria as we speak. We don't know if it's getting peaceful or not. We don't know the situation in Lagos, when the peace will be restored to Lagos, because of course the protest has been hijacked. And now the forces cannot even control these hoodlums, because hoodlums are there, breaking into prisons, burning police stations. On the police force, they burned police stations down. We saw news of police being brutalized and their lives being taken. And and now, Seth, it has even escalated more, because they are now breaking into prisons and trying to free prisoners. They are breaking into government houses. Like my office where I work physically, where I go for my 9 to 5, was basically invaded by these hoodlums and thugs. Everything in the office was taken. The whole office was turned upside down, because where I work is basically, the building is owned by the state. So any government property on site was basically destroyed. And this is the level we are now in the whole Sars movement that we're trying to fight for. And this is what shows how rotten and how disorganized and just how incompetent our leaders are in this Nigeria. I'm really disappointed, to be honest. I'm disheartened. So even now, Seth, it has gotten to the point where warehouses where the COVID-19 palliatives were being kept, COVID-19 palliatives, these are food items that were supposed to be shared to people, the masses, so that they will not go hungry during the COVID-19 period. And there were news flying around that, okay, these palliatives have been finished. But yes, there was a big warehouse filled with these palliatives. And you can see now this place have been invaded by Nigerians and the masses, and everybody has gone there to take whatever they can. And you can't blame them, of course. Survival of the fittest. Anything you see that will help you, you take. And this is the level we are now. To be honest, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disheartened. I just hope that peace will be restored. I hope that the police system in Nigeria will be restructured from the roots, basically, because it doesn't make sense that SARS will be scrapped, and these same wicked policemen that have been killing people and taking lives will be reinstated back into the force and still work again. Because the truth is that most of them, they are not really human beings. They don't have human emotions. They don't have a conscience anymore. And it's risky for every youth out there. Any Nigeria youth living in Nigeria is already at risk of being harassed, or being brutalized, or being killed, because of the kind of situation that this country is in at this point. So man, I just hope and pray for a better Nigeria, to be honest, because it has really gotten out of hand. I pray the peace is restored to this country. I pray the system is restructured. But man, this is disheartening. It's really disheartening. Oh, well, this is it for you. This is it. This is my own. This is me just voicing out on the whole Sars movement. And I'm really impressed with the youths that have united to come out on this. And rest in peace to every youth, to every innocent youth that have lost their life during this protest. I pray that may their gentle souls rest in peace. And this is the end of my video. I hope you guys understand the whole point of this video. I hope I didn't take too long of your time. And yeah, the story still remains, the movement still stands, and the voice we have been shouting still on. We are still saying it. End SARS, end police brutality in Nigeria. We want total reform of the government. We want competent leaders. And that's the end of my video, man. Guys, peace.